Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. You all have been asking me for quite some time now to share a solid perfume making video. And to be honest, I have been putting this one on the back burner because I had the wrong impression about solid perfumes. I didn't think they were gonna carry fragrance very well, just in the past of ones that I've smelled in like boutique stores and things like that. I never felt like they had a very strong fragrance, but boy was I wrong. If you make them correctly, they work really well. In this video today, I'm going to be sharing with you my full visual process and step-by-step tutorial of how to make these adorable solid perfumes. And if you would like the full written recipe plus a full written detailed step-by-step instructions, which include percentages so you can scale up or down as you like, please head on over to my Patreon campaign. This one will be available at just the $5 level. In addition to today's perfume formula, you can find everything I've ever published over on my Patreon campaign, which includes 600 posts and hundreds of recipes for you to take advantage of as soon as you sign up. So I hope that you'll take a look at it. I'll place the link to my campaign in the description box below for you. And there are also several other perfume formulas over there. I have a whole perfume collection, so I hope that you'll go check it out. All right, let's get started. So this formula is really easy to put together. It only requires 4 ingredients. Now, if you are using a fragrance blend of 2 or more fragrances, it will require more ingredients, but today we're just gonna be using 4 ingredients, and I think you're really gonna love it. So the first thing we're gonna do is weigh off some Cera Bellina Wax. Cera Bellina Wax is a beeswax derivative, and it's not as hard as beeswax. So you might see in other perfume making recipes that the main component is white beeswax or beeswax, and those are okay, but I find those formulations to be a little bit too skitty or draggy on the skin, and they're hard to pick. It's hard to pick up the product out of the little solid perfume containers. So for me, I prefer the most of my solid perfume to be made up of Cera Bellina Wax. It gives it a really beautiful texture, and it gives it a little bit of a translucent kind of look to it. It's easy to put your finger into the product and swipe out a little bit at a time, and I feel like it retains fragrance very well. So we are going to be using Cera Bellina Wax today. In addition to Cera Bellina Wax, we are going to be using a little bit of beeswax, but by a little bit, I just mean the tiniest amount of beeswax. This is going to help the product to stay stable and solid and not be as prone to melting in warmer weather. Although if this was left in a hot car or shipped during really hot weather, you may have issues with it melting. And there's the beeswax. The next thing we're going to be doing is weighing off a liquid oil. And today's liquid oil of choice is fractionated coconut oil. Now, you can use any liquid oil of your choice here. You could even use olive oil if you wanted to. Jojoba oil would be another good choice for this formula. But I've chosen fractionated coconut oil for a couple of reasons. This oil has an indefinite shelf life, which means it's not really going to go rancid. It's going to last for a really long time. It's lightweight, it easily absorbs into the skin, and it retains fragrance very well. So for a solid perfume formula, you want oils and waxes that are going to hold fragrance very well. Also, this is a very inexpensive and easy to come by oil. So it's a great choice for solid perfume. All right, so now we're going to take this mixture and we're going to warm it up until everything melts down completely, and then we'll be back for the next step. All right, now that our waxes and oils are all the way melted and heated through, it's time to go ahead and add in our fragrance oil, and this is the 4th ingredient. So today I'm using the fragrance Vanilla Pear by Nature's Garden. It's absolutely gorgeous. Vanilla Pear is a good description, but don't let the name fool you. It's a very complex and well-rounded fragrance. It's got kind of those top notes of juicy pear. Those are kind of the first notes that you smell in the perfume, and beautiful bottom notes or base notes of kind of a warm vanilla sugar, but it almost has a little bit of a musk or a patchouli in it as well that just makes it very well-rounded. I wouldn't call it spicy, but there is a little bit of something else in there that's creating just a very well-rounded, beautiful scent. Now, I have used Bella Noche as well in this formula, and it works gorgeously in this formula as well. This one can also be found at Nature's Garden. I am using my fragrance at 30% of the full recipe here. So you just need to make sure whatever fragrance you decide or combination of fragrances you decide to use in a formula like this, that you're not going over maximum usage rates for those particular fragrance or essential oils. And for both the Bella Noche and the Vanilla Pear, you are safe to use it at 30% in perfume. So that's what we're doing here. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a nice stir. As you can see, the cool fragrance oil, room temperature fragrance oil going into this kind of wants to start making everything solidify. So just give it a good stir until everything is well combined and very well melted in there. And then I wanted to show you these adorable containers that we're gonna be pouring these solid perfumes into before we get started. I just think they're so, so cute. So I got these on Amazon. Take a look at these. They hold about 0.9 of an ounce. They are seamless, so nothing's gonna leak out after you pour it, and they were super inexpensive. You can find these containers in my Amazon store. The link is provided in the description box and also in the tutorial. So we're gonna go ahead and pour. They come in all different colors, as you're gonna see, in different little patterns, as you're gonna see as we start to pour. All right, just giving this one final stir here before we go ahead and pour. I'm holding these up because this container is full and I don't want to slosh or splash it. So when it gets down a little further, I can pour from higher up. I'm absolutely loving these little containers. I mean, they look so cute, and for the price, like, I think I got 12 of them for about $8. Always looking at ways to save money nowadays and still have, you know, great quality products. So we're filling up 12 of these. And this recipe is about 239 grams total. Again, if you go over to my Patreon campaign, you can get this full formula with percentages and amounts, so you can make a bigger batch or a smaller batch if you like, just by using the percentages to scale. Just going back and topping the ones off that didn't get full to the top with the extra. These set up very quickly. So when they're all set up, I'll give you a use demo so you can see what the final consistency looks like. It has a really nice velvety skin feel to it that you're not going to get with loads of beeswax. And it retains fragrance so well. All right, so my formula ended up filling exactly 15 perfectly to the top. So we're going to allow these time to set up, and then I'll be back to give you a little bit of a use demo and show you the lids and everything to these adorable little containers. All right, so these are all set up now to about room temperature. In my house, that's about 70, 71 degrees. So we're just going to go ahead and cap these off, and then I'll give you a little bit of a use demo. So I just wanted to show you again how cute these are. And then the little matching lids, and they're just shaped in such a unique way. So these would be actually cute little lip balm or miniature salve containers as well, but we're just gonna go ahead and cap these off. And then if I was gonna label these, which I'm going to, I would go ahead and put a little circular label on the bottom with the name of the perfume and the ingredients. Super cute. Great price, great quality. All right, let's do a little bit of a use demo here so you can see what the final consistency looks like. So see what I mean about it looking just a little bit translucent, whereas if it's more beeswax heavy, it's going to be very thick and opaque looking. All right, I'm going to show you one of these close up so you can kind of see what I mean regarding the quality of the finished product. It's like shiny and a little bit translucent looking versus ones made with lots of beeswax where they are more opaque and just sort of thick looking. So these feel how they look, if that makes sense. They're going to be very smooth. They glide very easily onto the skin, and it's so easy to pick the product up out of the container because it just melts pretty good on contact with the skin really easily. So we're going to go ahead and show you what that looks like. I just wanted to show you how you can just pick some of it up onto your finger very easily. Probably don't even need that much, but just a little bit there. It's almost gel-like. It's super gorgeous. So we're going to go ahead, but solid at room temperature, and just put some on here. And the smell, the fragrance just blooms. Like when you put it onto your skin, it just warms with your skin and it just blooms. It smells so good. And actually this formula, I'm gonna put a little bit here, just a little bit behind my ears. This formula here really sticks to your skin and lasts for a long time. And usually I'll put some way up here on the crease of my elbow as well, especially if I'm wearing short sleeves. But it really blooms after it warms up with your skin and just smells so good. And again, it just glides onto the skin so easily, feeling velvety smooth, soft and silky. So really am enjoying these little solid perfumes, and I hope you really enjoy this tutorial on this formula. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up. Leave me some comments and questions below. That really means a lot to me. Share this video with a friend, and why not subscribe to my channel? All right, everyone, catch you on the next video. Bye. Keep shining.